The riders are getting their progress boards and that from their pit crew. And Josh Coppins just there with a moment. He wasn't too far behind Cooper, but he's lost a little bit of time there. Just bogging the bike down in one of those deeper ruts. So Justin McDonald in third as Coppins goes down. Josh Coppins goes down. Gets the bike back up. You can see how heavy that mud is. That was a lap rider going past, so he still maintains that second position. Such was the gap that Cooper and Coppins had extended over Justin McDonald. Just the front end of the bike went down, and a heavy landing in that heavy mud for Josh Coppins. Already struggling with vision with the goggles off. Just looked like he got his foot caught in one of the ruts, and the front end just washed out, and the MXDK Rockstar Yamaha went down. So Cody Cooper now with a massive lead. Coppins holding on to second, Justin McDonald in third. The reigning 1NZ on the Timaru Honda Pirelli tyres, Honda CRF 450. He's been struggling in this motocross championships with a virus. Something similar to a glandular fever. He's just been so tired. For the first time this weekend at round number 4, he's actually feeling the best he has right throughout this championship. Here's Coppins trying to play catch-up after that down. A rare down there for Coppins. And as I said at the previous round at Rotorua, he did have a clash with a back marker and went down as well, costing him some time and some points. And right now, Cody Cooper has the championship lead for the first time since round number 1. That was down in Timaru. Cody Cooper just really in control here. He's carrying so much confidence. Narrowly missed winning the New Zealand Supercross title, which was won by Josh Coppins on his return to New Zealand after a decade in the World Motocross Championships. Cody Cooper with lots of experience in the US, representing New Zealand, of course, in the Motocross Des Nations. Also on the other side of the Tasman, Cooper and Coppins both returning to New Zealand after the opening round of the Australian Motocross Championships. Cooper had a better run than Coppins. Just effortless up the top part of the course. Cody Cooper putting on a show in the team power balance. Suzuki RMZ 450. And being out in front, he's not quite as restricted visibility-wise as was the likes of Josh Coppins, who was chasing him in those early laps. So Cooper looking for the checkered flag to take the win in Moto number 1. He got the whole shot from the start, aided by Josh Coppins going down. Cooper with the victory in Moto number 1. And a comprehensive victory as well by more than 20 seconds. As Josh Coppins fighting back after that down midway through the race. Coppins will salvage second, but loses the championship lead here. Cody Cooper now with a 2-point lead with 2 motos left to go. So Cody Cooper with the victory. Nearly a 40-second advantage over Josh Coppins, with Justin McDonald in third ahead of Michael Phillips. Hayden Clark in fifth. Cody, congratulations. I don't know, that was so much a war against Coppins. It was a war against the racetrack. The championship lead is now yours by 2, and the first time since the first round where Josh has led from the go. You've now got the championship lead with 2 races to go.
Yeah, it feels good to be leading the championship. You know, he's got to win both races, and for me to get second in both of them, and I got to win one. So, you know, the odds are for me, but you know, it's still hard. It's not finished yet, so he's going to be trying harder than, you know, that race, and it's going to be back and forth, I think.
Josh, second place in that first moto, but that was tough work. You went down there at one stage.
Yeah, it was hard work. Track's pretty tricky, and I felt like I was a little bit quicker, but just couldn't get past. So starts everything, and we'll see how the next one goes.
You're fighting a little bit of injury at the moment going into the second one?
Yeah, I twisted my ankle real bad on the first lap, and just done a bit of ligament damage, but just got it strapped up and just do the best we can in the next 2.
Justin Hard fought third place, but that was not easy.
No, it wasn't the easiest, but no, it was definitely fun. Ate a bit of mud in the middle of the race, but it's all part of it, and yeah, come through for third. I was pretty happy.
this has got to be the toughest conditions out there in the 4 rounds today.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. But again, we're all on the same playing field, so it's just, who comes down to who's put the effort in, and then it sort of goes to shine out there.
So on to Moto 2 for MX1, the final round of the Demon Energy Drinks New Zealand Motocross Championships here in New Plymouth. A lot of track work has gone on between motos by the crew here at the Taranaki Motocross Club. And again, it's Cooper to the outside. Coppin's got a flyer on the inside though. But Cooper with that outside run looks like he's got the lead on the first lap. Josh Coppin's battling some injury now, and in fact it's Justin McDonald into the second position. Cooper with that bellowing Suzuki RMZ 450. As we noted at the second round of the championships at Paddy Tonga, this bike just has such a different exhaust note. So McDonald's got ahead of Josh Coppins. Coppins struggling with a twisted ankle. He got quite a bit of work done in between motos from the MXDK crew. The rest of the field trying to fight their way through these massive ruts. Michael Phillips didn't get a great start on the second of the Hondas. Justin McDonald, of course, on the Timaru Honda CRF 450. As we got one down, and that is Michael Phillips. Phillips going down on the Honda Hamilton Honda CRF 450. Wasn't overly happy with his performance at his home track in Rotorua at the previous round. Also struggled a little bit at the opening round of the Australian Nats. Justin McDonald, good to see him back here in some good form. He's really struggled, not so much with his fitness, but more his health. Over the Demon Energy Drinks New Zealand Motocross Champs, Josh Coppins still back there in third. Riding that ridge up the top of the hill. There's not too many tougher out there than Josh Coppins. Battled a lot of injuries through his World Championship campaigns, obviously finishing in that second position. Former world number 2. Had a big lead in the World Championship. Only to succumb to a horrific ankle injury. He's struggling with an ankle injury here in the second moto. Now 2 points down on Cody Cooper in that championship chase for the MX1 title. And there's the spoiler for Coppins, Justin McDonald running in the second position. He's not too far away from Cody Cooper. Charging over the back part of the circuit here in New Plymouth. Continues to lose ground. McDonald trying to stay with Cody Cooper. Just to highlight how dominant Cooper was in the first moto, he lapped everyone to 5th. Hayden Clark couldn't believe it. Hayden's no slouch. The youngster was just gobsmacked at the pace that Cody Cooper had. Justin McDonald's not too far away from the RMZ 450 Suzuki Pilot. There's the gap. Cooper doubling McDonald, coming up short, just about went down. One of the most spectacular riders in New Zealand motocross. And he's down. McDonald's gone down, going up the hill. He's kept the bike going though. Coppins goes back by him. Here's the Demon Energy replay. Just the back of the bike slid out on a slick section of the racetrack. He managed to keep it going, but Coppins has gone back around him, so Cooper further extends his lead in Moto 2. McDonald trying to come back here at Coppins. This should be a good race. McDonald to the outside. 2 different lines to the finish line. McDonald back into the second position. Coppins obviously struggling with that damaged ankle. So Like the first moto where Cody Cooper won by over 30 seconds, he's disappearing out in front. Back through the field, Michael Phillips was delayed in the early lap, so he's trying to fight his way back through this field. Hamilton Honda CRF 450 over the finish line jump. So Phillips trying to hold on to third overall, he goes down. Similar to Josh Coppins' down in the first moto, he just lost the front end on a wet part, a soft part of the racetrack. So Phillips gets back up and continues on, but it's been a tough 2 races already for Michael Phillips. Here's the Demon Energy replay, just washes the front end out and again lands in that heavy mud. Seemingly, there's only a couple of riders really able to handle the conditions here in New Plymouth. Certainly one of those is Cody Cooper. Just looks to be doing this so easily. You can see the elevation changes in this fabulous layout in New Plymouth. Quite high up in the hills. And certainly in previous rounds of the championship, it's been enclosed in cloud when literally you couldn't see one corner to the next. We've talked about Cody Cooper's confidence, and listening to the track commentary over the last couple of rounds of the championship, Neil Ritchie, who does such a great job live at the events, has been talking about that confidence that Cooper has carried from the tail end of the New Zealand Supercross champs. Somewhat similar to this guy, Justin McDonald. Timaru Honda CRF 450, another one that's been gaining in confidence with health issues. So Josh Coppins still back in the 3rd position. Cooper leads from Justin McDonald. Michael Phillips having his problems in this one. Certainly the track conditions have got better from the first moto. Probably half the corners there's a couple of different options for lines. And the other half of the corners there's really only one way around. And if you get off that line, you get into the heavy mud or even a slick part of the racetrack. So some lap traffic coming up for Cody Cooper. He lapped everyone to 5th in the first moto. Now just looks to be taking it easy. Didn't double that jump like he has been doing in the earlier laps. Using all of the horsepower from the RNZ 450 Suzuki. And being out in front, he hasn't had the vision problems those behind have had chasing. This is Mason Wilkie. Battling up inside the top 6. Another one of the Yamaha runners. But it's going to be Cody Cooper looking for the checkered flag. Cooper will take the win in moto number 2. Gap back to Justin McDonald. He will finish in the 2nd position. And previous points leader Josh Coppins in 3rd. Cooper with the victory, McDonald 2nd, Josh Coppins in 3rd, followed by Hayden Clark. Michael Phillips got back after 5th after his down. Cody, well done. That looked a little bit more comfortable. I think you were having to try as hard in that 2nd moto.
No, I found, if you sprint too hard on this track, you're just going to end up on the ground, and it's all about just riding the bike, really, and keeping in that where you can feel traction. If you get too much gas, it's just going to light up and you're going to go nowhere. So got another good start. That helped a lot. Thought I didn't have it there for a while, but I managed to speedway it around the first corner and come out first. So, and then just lead the race from there. And yeah, it was good. I think Josh got 3rd, so that gives me a bit more points and a bit more confident going into the last race, I think.
Welcome back to Barrett Road in New Plymouth for the final round of the Demon Energy New Zealand Motocross Championships. It's the 3rd and final moto for MX1. Cody Cooper with a 7-point lead over Josh Coppins. But the big news here, no Josh Coppins. He will not take the start for the 3rd moto. He struggled in the second moto with that damaged ankle. So effectively he's conceded the title to Cody Cooper. So that's sad news for the former number 2 in the world, Josh Coppins. Looking to try and get his fitness back on track for the resumption of the Australian Motocross Champs, where he's racing for the CDR team, again on the factory Yamahas. Michael Phillips with a much better start in Moto 3, battling there with the 1NZ Justin McDonald. He's also about to concede that number 1 plate to this man out in front, Cody Cooper. Just about losing the bikes in some of these holes and ruts around this motocross track. Fantastic work from the Taranaki Motorcycle Club to even have this event happen. As we said in the MX2 coverage, we arrived in the morning and you could not see the other side of the hill. You couldn't see the majority of the track. Mason Wilkie making a pass there. Another one of the Yamaha riders. Cody Cooper being chased by Michael Phillips and Justin McDonald. He's all but tied up the crown. Third in the points, Michael Phillips too far back with a mathematical chance to win. So Cody Cooper, just seen through the second half of the championship how much more confident Cooper has become. Justin McDonald, he has never given up. He's not far behind Cooper here in these early laps, so he's got ahead of Michael Phillips. Phillips now third on the Hamilton Honda CRF 450. McDonald up into second in the Timaru Honda CRF. And he's right with Cooper past the pit area. McDonald with a moment there, just about lost the back of the bike. He's really trying hard here to put on a show to stay with Cody Cooper. He's not going to concede that number 1 plate easily. He'll look to be 4th in the championship behind Cooper, Coppins, and Michael Phillips. Some of the battles further back. This is the 866 of Mitch Rees. He's just struggled here in the heavy conditions in New Plymouth this weekend. Dad Tony, of course, a fantastic superbike racer for so many years in New Zealand motorcycling. There's your top 3. Phillips having his best run of the weekend. Just struggled in the first 2 motos. We saw him go down in the second one. He was right in championship contention heading into the Paddy Tonga round, but by his own standards had an absolute shocker at Paddy Tonga. Got caught up in an early first corner accident in Moto 2. Also had some bike problems on the way and a flat tyre of all things that saw him go down on numerous occasions. He was pretty beaten up after Paddy Tonga, heading to Rotorua for the penultimate round of the championship, but looking to tie up 3rd overall. Former MX2 title holder. Spectacular over that top jump. He was right out to the edge of the racetrack. You can see the rooster tail. There's still a lot of heavy mud around this course. One of the trickiest parts of the course down here. They make the left-hand turn down in front of the pit area where the crews are assembled, giving the riders information. Splits as to how far down they are on the next rider. Or like Cody Cooper, how far up. He's ahead of the next rider, and Justin McDonald within sight. He's only a couple of seconds back in that second position. One of the fastest parts of the course before they head uphill. It's that first uphill section that's been catching so many riders out throughout the weekend. Notably the 125s and the under 21s. Just not quite the horsepower to try and get up the hill. Such have been the conditions with so much mud, and you can see those lighter patches in the centre of the racetrack. It's very, very slippery, right down through to the base course. And it's that slick part of the racetrack that's been catching so many of the riders throughout the weekend. Now, the only one that hasn't gone down in the top 4 of MX1 is Cody Cooper. We saw Coppins go down in Moto 1. Justin McDonald in 2. And Michael Phillips, well, he's had a couple of downs. Looking for redemption in this third and final moto. He's third, chasing down Cooper and McDonald. Cooper just looking so comfortable. He's doing it pretty easily, but Justin McDonald's trying hard to close that gap. Getting down past the pit area. Cooper's boards will be telling him he's got about 2.5 to 3 second advantage. He's in fact extended that in the last lap. Out to about 6 seconds now over Justin McDonald. Just been battling with his fitness. Said for the first time this weekend, he's felt the best that he has for a good few months. He's certainly not giving it up. Love watching Justin McDonald through the Supercross and the Motocross Championship. He certainly lays it all on the line. With his recent health issues, it's good to see him back in form, proving that he's certainly earned that #1 plate in the 2010 Demon Energy New Zealand Motocross Championships. So the end of a tough, long weekend coming up. Cody Cooper looking to win his first New Zealand MX1 title. Justin McDonald looking to end his weekend on a high note with a second place in the final moto. Just looking for the gap back to Michael Phillips, who's just lost touch with McDonald. Here is the race leader, Cody Cooper. If you talk to those that know about the sport, this is a bit of a bogey track for Cooper. He lost the NZ1 title narrowly to Justin McDonald in 2010 in the Demon Energy New Zealand Motocross Champs. This is Jesse Donnelly in the 933. Another one of the Suzuki riders. He's currently in 8th overall, chasing down this group. 10 Shannon Hewitson, 866 Mitch Rees. They're in 6th and 7th. Just up ahead of them is the 310 of Hayden Clark on the second of the MXDK Rockstar Yamahas. And in 4th currently is Jared Guthrie, bike number 122. So they're just ahead of the race leader, Cody Cooper. As we said from Moto 1, Hayden Clark could not believe he was lapped by Cody Cooper. Such was the pace of the Team Power Balance Suzuki rider. So a good run there for Jared Guthrie. If he can finish in that 4th position ahead of Clark, Rees, Hewitson and Donnelly. Just no one has got an answer for the speed of Cody Cooper. Here is the race leader again. The big lead just extending over Justin McDonald. Not as big as his first moto win. Out over that 30-second mark. So Cody Cooper with some momentum here, looking to carry this form on in the Australian Championship, where he is in contention after the first round. Talking to the Australians, they like the New Zealand format better with the New Zealand Motocross Champs with longer motos. They've gone to a shorter quick-fire format in Australia, which I don't know that's been entirely popular, but they've loved the racing here in New Zealand. It's Cody Cooper celebrating, just giving the high five to his pit crew. And over the finish line it will be Cody Cooper, New Zealand title #1 in MX1 on the Team Power Balance Suzuki. Justin McDonald finishes in second with Michael Phillips in third. Fourth was Jared Guthrie, fifth Hayden Clark, followed by Mitch Rees, Shannon Hewitson and Jesse Donnelly. Cody, congratulations, MX1 New Zealand motocross champion for 2011. Give us your thoughts.
I don't know, I finally got it, you know. I've come close so many times and blown it, but it's awesome. Yeah, the track was fun in the end. The rain held out and the starts that I worked on got all three out of three today, so it was good.
Justin, a pair of second place finishes for the last two motos chasing down Cody. You gave him something in those early laps, but he just got away in the end.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just happy with some seconds, so I was sort of super pumped on that. And, you know, it's what I was sort of getting my bit of a flow back, so that's always good times. And hopefully, you know, the next few races that we've got coming up, we'll have a bit more too, you know.
Michael, third for the round, third in the championship. Didn't quite go to plan in the latter stages after leading after round number one.
Yeah, I mean, I was second after round number one, but, you know, a couple of points or a point off Josh. And, yeah, the second round, a couple of bike problems, you know, just that's racing. And then the third round back at my home track, you know, that didn't go to plan. But it's my first season on the 450, and, you know, racing Josh and Cody, that they've, you know, spent their whole careers pretty much on the 450s. So I'm taking the positives out of the whole championship.
Josh, obviously disappointed, carrying an injury into that third moto, didn't start, but you've done enough for second in the championship. But I mean, it's been so competitive this season.
Oh yeah, every championship's competitive. Doesn't matter, you know, where you're racing in the world. Any domestic championship is always tough. So I knew that, I expected that, but still thought I'd be able to get the job done, and then just had a few rough weeks recently, but all credit to Coops. He rode well, and him and his team got it together and got the job done. So, yeah, not easy, but that's the way it goes.
So disappointment there, obviously, for Josh Coppins, but he did win the New Zealand Supercross champs. Cody Cooper, the new 1NZ and MX1. Josh Coppins second, with Michael Phillips in third.